Week 10 of the fantasy baseball season, and here's a few pitchers I look to buy and trade for this week. The first pitcher, Walker Buehler of the Los Angeles Dodgers. So Buehler obviously came off a Tommy John surgery, and now he's been back here for a month for this Dodger team. And so far, it's been tough sledding, and rightfully so, coming off a major injury like that. 25 innings, 1-3 record, 24 Ks, a 4.32 ERA, a 1.32 WHIP, and 2 quality starts. So Tommy John surgery usually takes a pitcher a year or two to get back to form. And Walker Buehler, we know he's one of the better pitchers in the league before he went out with injury last season. And right now, well, his numbers haven't been all that great, and maybe the Buehler owner doesn't have patience for him to work the kinks out and get better as the year goes on. This is a perfect time to buy him low, in my opinion. It's 4 out of the 5 starts he's been mid to poor in these outings so far this season. May 18th versus the Reds, 6 innings, got the win. 3 hits, no runs, 7 Ks, a quality start. May 25th at the Reds, 5 2/3, got the loss. 6 hits, 3 runs, a walk, 4 Ks. And then May 31st versus the Rockies, 6 innings, got the loss in that one. 6 hits, 3 runs, 4 walks, 7 Ks, a quality start. His next outing is tomorrow with the Pittsburgh Pirates. We know this Pirate team, their offense is middle of the pack to a team that struggles at times as well. And I think Walker Buehler, like I said, as the weeks go on and the months go on, he's going to get stronger and back to form very slowly. So right now, if the Buehler owner, like I said, is impatient, and you just got to give up a decent bat in the deal to get Buehler on your roster, this will be the time to deal with this week, because it only takes a couple starts and maybe things could start clicking for him, and especially with the run support as well that he gets from this offense in the Dodgers. One of the best, if not the best in the league. The next pitcher I look to buy and trade for is Kevin Gausman of the Toronto Blue Jays. I've mentioned Gausman a lot this season, and the numbers just haven't been up to par on the year. 60 2/3, 4-4 record, 59 Ks, a 4.60 ERA, a 1.34 WHIP, and 5 quality starts. So Gausman, his strikeout rate's definitely way down after last year at a whopping 237 Ks in 185 innings. And coming into the year as well, he was banged up with a shoulder injury on and off on his pitching arm, which definitely I don't believe is 100% as well. So the last couple weeks, 18 1/3, 2-1 record, 16 Ks, a 3.93 ERA, 0.93 WHIP, and 2 quality starts. So obviously those numbers have improved a little bit over the last few weeks. But Gausman, he just hasn't looked the same as he has in recent years. And also this Blue Jay team, they've been struggling for the most part this season as well. So the last few outings for Gausman, May 23rd at the Tigers, 6 innings, got the win. 3 hits, a run, 2 walks, 10 Ks, a quality start. May 8th at the White Sox, 6 innings, got the win. 4 hits, a run, a walk, 3 Ks, a quality start. And then June 3rd versus that buzzsaw of an offense of the Orioles, 6 1/3, got the loss. 6 hits, 6 runs, a walk, 3 Ks. So like I said, the K rate's definitely been down for Kevin Gausman, especially the last 2 games versus a weak White Sox hitting team to only get 3 Ks. And then last outing, obviously a tough one versus the O's, one of the better teams in the league, but still Gausman's numbers are down this season. I don't believe he's 100% with the shoulder injury, but I would try to lowball the Gausman owner and see if I could get him, because if he could get things right as Kevin Gausman, you know he's got potential to be an ace or number 2 starter on your fantasy roster. And next pitcher is Mackenzie Gore of the Washington Nationals. So Mackenzie Gore, he's been pretty solid, I believe, this season. I know last year he was a little bit more consistent, but the good games Gore's had, he's been lights out. So on the Gore this season, it's been a pretty good year for him. I know some inconsistencies at times, but on the year, 63 innings, 4-5 record, 74 Ks, a 3.57 ERA, a 1.37 WHIP, and 4 quality starts. In the last couple weeks, that ERA's bumped up a little, 16 2/3, 2-1 record, 20 Ks, a 4.32 ERA, 1.32 WHIP, and a quality starts. And Mackenzie Gore, he's got good stuff. Obviously, the headliner he was Mackenzie Gore in the Juan Soto deal a couple trade deadlines ago. And he's been pitching good in this national team. They're starting to turn things around very slowly over the last year and a half. And Mackenzie Gore, he's been a decent part of that, no doubt about it, for this Washington national team. But coming off a bad outing versus the New York Mets, I think right now is a good time to go out there and get him. So the last few outings for Gore, one great one decent one, and then he got bombed by the Mets. May 24th versus Seattle, 7 innings, got the win. 4 hits, a run, a walk, 8 Ks, a quality start. May 29th at the Braves, 5 1/3, got the win. 6 hits, a run, a whopping 10 Ks. And then the last outing, June 3rd versus the Mets, 4 1/3, got the loss. 7 hits, 6 runs, 4 walks, 2 Ks. Obviously, he's a young pitcher, Mackenzie Gore. He's going to have some growing pains as the year goes on and off. But this year, definitely a little bit more consistent. His K rate's definitely gone up. And I think he can help fantasy owners. And this national team has played better as well this season than they have in the previous couple years, where they've been one of the worst teams in the league. At least now they're competitive and starting to build something over there. Next pitcher is Dylan Cease of the San Diego Padres. So Dylan Cease, it's been a good start for him early in the year, but the last few outings he's been batting practice for the most part, and obviously playing in a tough division in the NL West with the powerhouse Los Angeles Dodgers in it. So Dylan Cease on the year, 5-4 record, 71 innings, 87 Ks, a 3.42 ERA, 0.97 whip in 6 quality starts, but the last 2 weeks he's been hit around, like I said, 12 innings, 0-1 record, 14 Ks, a 5.25 ERA, a 1.17 whip, and no quality starts in the time. So Dylan Cease, he's got ace-type stuff, obviously. They got him right before the season started, was the San Diego Padre team, which was a good deal. Drew Thorpe, an asset that was in the Juan Soto deal, and turned him into Dylan Cease. And the last few games for Cease, like I said, it's been a struggle. May 20th at the Braves, 4 innings and that one, no decision. 9 hits, 5 runs, 3 walks, 5 Ks. May 25th versus the Yankees, 6 2/3, got the loss. 8 hits, 4 runs, 9 Ks. And May 31st at the Royals, 5 1/3, 5 hits, 3 runs, a walk, 5 Ks. So Dylan Cease, over the last few years, he's been amongst the league leaders in strikeouts. And that's still one thing he's got going for him. But he's had a couple tough opponents at the Braves and the New York Yankees. But the last one, he should have been pitching better versus at the Kansas City Royals. But his next outings here tonight at the Los Angeles Angels. We know this Angel team, they're not a good team at all this season. A lot of injuries. Mike Trout, Anthony Rendon, 2 top paid guys on that offense, and they just can't see the field over the last few seasons. So Cease, he definitely could bounce back, but right now, well, he's struggling. He's Dylan Cease, no doubt about it. He's a perfect buy low candidate this week in the 5th and final pitcher, Blake Snell of the San Francisco Giants. So Blake Snell, it's been a tough year for him, no doubt about it. And I've said it in previous videos that starting spring training a week or 2 before the season, signing late with the San Francisco Giants was going to be a problem. And that's exactly what happened with Blake Snell. So now going on the 15-day DL with a groin injury. I believe he'll be out 3 or 4 weeks, is Blake Snell. And right now is a perfect time to go out there in fantasy owners to get him. He's been struggling all season. He's on the injured list, and he's even been dropped in 10% of fantasy leagues over the last few days. On the season for Snell, 23 2/3, 0-3 record, 31 Ks, and 9.51 ERA, 1.94 whip, and no quality starts on the season. So Snell's been batting practice all year, and signing that contract, like I mentioned, late in the offseason is what did him in, I believe, with no spring training. And other pitchers have said you need a spring training to get ready, and now they've been behind all season long. So the last few games for Snell before getting injured, May 22nd at the Pirates, 3 1/3 in that one, 4 hits, 4 runs, 4 walks, 5 Ks. May 27th versus Philly, 4 innings, no decision, 5 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks, 7 Ks. And then June 2nd versus the Yankees, 4 2/3 in that one, 5 hits, 3 runs, 3 walks, 7 Ks. So Blake Snell, we saw it last season as well, but not to this point where he was struggling mightily. And then second half of the year, he turned it around and he was unhittable and won the Cy Young in the National League. But this season could look like a lost season, no doubt about it, for Blake Snell, where he's struggling big time for this San Francisco Giant team. And now with this injury, he'll be out at least, like I mentioned, most likely 3 to 4 weeks with the groin injury. So right now, while he's struggling and not doing much, and we know the upside, we know the Cy Young last year, it's a perfect time to buy him low. And I believe you could give up pretty much a last bench hitter on your team, or third outfielder, or one of your lowest starters in your rotations. That's a few pitchers I look to buy and trade for Week 10 of the fantasy baseball season.